All right, so this is obviously a live. Most of you people are probably seeing it as a recording, but we've had these parts from RPM for the ARRMA Mojave. It was actually quite a while that I smashed this thing. I launched it off of my kind of, I guess you want to say, dirt runway, and the way it flew through the air, it just contacted a down tree that I had. There's actually like a branch piece that was sticking out, and literally that wheel caught it and basically just ripped everything out. And one of the things that I was very surprised with was that this actually stayed intact, which that's insane. So, but I figured what we'll do is, seeing that I'm breaking everything lately, might as well fix something that I actually have parts for, because I still haven't placed the order for what we just recently broke yesterday, which I'm not going to say what it was until I put out the video. But then we also broke the Red Cat Racing Kaiju, and I still haven't again placed the order because I'm just awaiting that. I don't know. I guess I'm just waiting for all the parts to be available, so I'm not, you know, paying stupid shipping costs for no reason. True boys, what's going on, man? Foundry guy, what's going on? What was that, Steve? Steve 516? I'm not sure exactly how to say the rest of that word. Steve sounds good. Matt's guy, what are you doing? Anybody want to join in? There's the link to join in. Cruising stuff. What's going on, man? Yeah, I figured I'd finally get to this. It actually kind of looks pretty good. This is the first Mojave with 4-wheel steering. Check that out. Front wheels turn, back wheels turn. Look at that. This thing is insane. You can crab walk with it. You get that nice turning radius you got right there. Whoops. The first 4-wheel steer Mojave. You could get some serious camber. Check that out, dude. That would wow the import crowd. Check out the camber on that thing. That thing is insane. I've seen Civics do that. Can't join at work. Yes, you can. Just tell them you got COVID-19. Shadow Ops, what's up, man? Again, like I said, the link is there if anybody wants to jump in. We're just gonna finally repair this thing right here. It's been sitting for too long, and because I seem to be like breaking everything that I touch lately, figured might as well repair something that maybe I already have parts for. I still haven't, like I said, I still haven't done any. Man, this thing is all muddy. I still haven't done any ordering yet. Is that literally a nail? What the heck is that? Dude, check that out. How did this thing pick up a nail? That's a finish nail. Shot out of a gun. Holy crap, that's nuts. Where the hell did a nail come from? Editing a video and I have to go soon. All right, man. Well, like I said, it's just there if anybody wanted to jump in. But hey, True Boys, I gotta tell you, man, that thing with that Max flying to your face was awesome. It's the dangerous stuff, right? Like, you put yourself in the way, you get incredible footage, but it's like, man, dude, if you didn't react quick enough, like, that could have taken out your controller, could have taken out your hand or your face. That was literally awesome. It's all the stuff that we put ourselves through. Better there than Big Black's tires. But yeah, I don't know. I definitely don't. I have a. I mean, look at all the rust that's in there. I definitely have a bad habit of mistreating literally everything I own. But that's just that's the way I do it. I just, not that I don't care. It's just, I don't know. Like that meme thing says, I ain't got time for that. I just don't. I don't have time for cleaning. You just run it, rip it, just do whatever. So we actually did, I don't know why I always say we, but we did get front arms. Don't need it, but I got, obviously 2 sets just in case. RPM is good stuff. And then obviously we got 3 sets only because I broke it. So I figured might as well get 3 sets. They were relatively inexpensive. And here's the best part about that was that it's all playing the, I want to say it's playing the Amazon game, right? So usually when I need parts for anything, obviously it's not working out with the Kaiju because Amazon doesn't have anything Kaiju yet. But you take the stuff and you put it in your cart. Now, one of the things that I had noticed was one of the sites, which was actually, I almost said Hobby Zone. What's the name of that company? What the heck is the name of that company? Horizon. Hobby Zone. Horizon had these cheaper than anyone else that was selling them, but it's that game. They may have it cheaper, right? But then you're paying shipping. Well, one of the things I realized was the shipping is just one cost. So sometimes, depending upon the company, they will literally charge you separate shipping. And I've been there before, and I've actually contacted Amazon. I'm like, why is the same company charging me the same exact amount for shipping per item? And they just said that's the way it was. That's the way it was. So I left it in my cart. That's usually what I do. I'll put it in my save for later list or however it works. And see if I can manipulate this a little bit better than what it is now, so I don't have to like go like that. That way I can actually talk to you. So you put the stuff like in your cart, right? And then they charge you the shipping, and then it ends up being pretty close to, or sometimes more than what the other sellers will be selling it for. So I left it in my cart. Now I have that on my phone, which I think is actually now available on regular Chrome and all that stuff, is I have that thing that's called the Honey app. And what that does is it will actually email you an alert saying one of the items that are in your cart has actually decreased in price. Go check it out now before it jumps up. And sometimes that can literally be minutes. And I don't understand the whole, like, I don't know, maybe again, that's kind of like a game that they play, because the price went down to like, I'd have to check it. You know what? Actually, I might be able to check what I paid per piece. But what happened was that it actually went down so low that I was just like, wow, even if I pay shipping on top of all the pieces, I'll still pay less than what all the other sellers were selling at. Well, here's the crazy part. I literally paid the one-time shipping, and then I like started to kind of like go, all right, well, what else is available? So then I got 2 of these. So I paid like $3 in shipping and got all those parts for, I want to say, like next to nothing. But it's that time frame. It's that thing where when they say jump on it, jump on it. And I did, and it was here. Like, I think even the shipping process said that it was going to be played out a little bit longer than expected. Like, for some reason from Horizon, like it's not, even though it's sometimes Amazon Prime, it literally is not the 2-day shipping that it's supposed to be. For some reason, Horizon is different, even though it was Prime, or maybe it wasn't Prime. I don't know. My mind is still gone. But either way, it was insane, the price that I got it for. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm just going to see if I can just quickly check online, just to give you a price of what I paid for all those parts at that one particular instance with shipping and whatever. And it came way sooner than expected, because I think they said like something stupid like 4 to 7 days or something like that. And I think it might have had something to do with the weekend, or I really don't know. Sometimes the 2-day shipping really isn't 2-day. So when it came, like literally 3 days after, I was like shocked. And I've had it for, I think I've had those parts for like a month is my guess. I'm not good at, when I get parts in, I just don't do it. All right. So where am I going here? Trying to go on to the Amazon. I probably should be looking at comments. Oh, you like how I whip the camera around? Yeah. So True Boys, that's actually something that I learned from this guy called Peter. Whoa, somebody just threw in a, what do they call that? Super chat. Dude, that's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for that. I wish I could say your name. No, the Irish Axe. That's what it says. For some reason, I couldn't read like the whole thing together. It's the Irish Axe. Thank you for that, man. That's awesome. Dude, it'll go to parts. It'll go to parts for the kaiju. But True Boys, what I was trying to tell you was that if you want to up your camera angle game and all that stuff a little bit more, subscribe to Peter McKinnon. He's a videographer, which I've been following him for a number of years now. And I've actually learned from him, and I've tried to like put some of that, I tried to put some of that, I guess, what he taught into this. So using the 2 cameras, having the GoPro on your head, and then the quick whip of the phone camera, because you always got to run, or at least you try to always run 2 cameras, because the audio on this blows away the audio on the GoPros. Everybody knows the audio on the GoPros, unless you get the mic that goes on the outside of it. Everybody knows the audio is garbage on these GoPros. But the audio on this thing is absolutely awesome. So what I do is I line up the 2 places of footage. Every once in a while, you'll hear me say GoPro on or GoPro off. I try to like edit that part out, but what that does is that gives me the voice cue on lining up the 2 overlays of footage on top of each other. And then the GoPro volume, I'll usually just wipe right out. I'll turn it off. Unless I'm doing like a flyby and I want that specific flyby sound. You know what I'm saying? But Peter McKinnon, he's got like a ton of followers. It's not like he needs more subs, but he's definitely a guy to check out if you want to learn about the different ways of doing videography or picture taking. So working on the Mojave. Yeah, what I was actually trying to do, and that's what's tough too, because like I said, again, I'm just going to throw it out there. There's the link. Anybody wants to jump on. Peter McKinnon makes incredible stuff, man. Dude, I've been following, like I said, I've been following him for years, so it's crazy to see his progression, like to watch, you know, like how he started and then to see what he does now. It's like, it's crazy. He could put out just anything and he'll get 1 million views just because of the level that he's at right now. And everybody will literally thumbs up no matter what he does, and which is nuts, because I guess to each his own, but some of his Instagram stuff, it's like, it's just a basic picture and people like, I think they jump on it. I don't know. Like, whatever, to each his own. He's awesome though. So I'm not saying anything bad. It's just, I think even he knows he could throw out some junk photograph and literally get 1 million views just because he is who he is. Where am I here? Oh yeah, Amazon. So I'm gonna go to Amazon. I think if I type in ARRMA, maybe that'll work. Oh, Mojave, maybe. Search all orders. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, RPM. That might work. Yeah. Yeah. Following those. Yeah. You have to check them out. Yeah, you should, man, because he's definitely a good he's a good instructionalist. So let's see. I got 3 items matching ARRMA. So what I'll do is I will view the order details. Now, again, I mean, who knows? Maybe somebody else could get a better price than, you know, what I got. But, so for those rear arms, each was $7.25. Now, that was the lowest price that I had seen on it, because it's that thing, like I'm saying, I'll put something in the cart and I'll try to put it on Prime, and having that Honey app alerted me to a $7, and then the shipping, which was a one-time ship for all 3 of those arms, plus these front ones, which the front ones I don't think were a bad deal either. I'm trying to find the invoice for that. So the order details for that, which was in the same order. So maybe these ones weren't that great of a price, but still, because in this pack you're only getting 2. In this pack you're getting 4. So actually maybe it was a pretty good deal. And right there, $12.59 for the 4 arms, but I didn't have to pay any shipping because I was already ordering. And that's the nutty part. Not every seller does it that way. And I don't know if it was a glitch or whatever, but I think those prices actually were pretty good. Gus's Customs, what's going on, guy? You going to jump in or what? Got the link up there. Come on, guy, jump in. Anybody jump in, man. After the crap I dealt with Ally, the extra you save shopping. Yeah. 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 But what do you guys? Well, yeah, Casey Neistat is all right too. I watched him in the beginning. I think he's kind of, you know, obviously he's sloughed off, you know, a little bit. It's hard. Could you imagine like how much he put into all of his videos? Like literally he was videoing, editing, and doing everything every single day. For what? How long did he do for? A year and a half or something like that? Like, that's insane. And I think I wanted to try to do that, but dude, how can you do that? You literally have no life. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe some people can figure it out, but trying to do RC stuff every single day, like you can't have a real job. Like, well, I mean, you can't have a family. You can't have I don't know. What am I talking about? Who knows? Let's just get back on this Mojave here. Because that was the whole point, was to actually repair this on a live. I'm gonna put on my thing here just so I can see comments, because there's no alert. There's no audio alert to let me know if somebody comments. What am I doing here? Pause. Exit. Liverpool. Holy crap. You know, I was actually I was talking, I'm gonna monologue again. So I was actually talking I kind of want my daughter to get involved in a certain conversation on this, which I think we'll do maybe later. We'll do another live or something like that. I haven't figured out. She's kind of shy-ish, but she definitely has, and it is related technically to this stuff. She has a different viewpoint that I actually appreciate. She's a lot more book smart than I could ever be. I'm with my hands smart. That's where it ends. So that's yeah. That's all I got to say about that. Let's get back on the Mojave or Mojave, whatever you want to call it. Jacksonville, Sarasota, Chef or Chief. Sorry. I don't know. Wait a minute, Chef. I did say it right. Boise, Idaho. Holy smokes. Florida. Damn. How big are those tires compared to the stock max tires? Which ones? You know what I was trying to say, right? I'm just going to show you real quick. Couple of things that I've kind of been wanting to try out on this thing. Well, actually, I kind of can't show you. I want to actually see what it would be like if the max tires would fit on here, and then I wanted to try ripping the kaijus. Now, obviously, the biggest thing with ripping the kaijus on this platform is, and also the max, is the width. So there would definitely be some body impacting. So that's, I think, the only negative on this is that running those tires in wheel combination because of the offset, because this actually has a deep offset. So I mean literally it's like flush with the lip of the front of the wheel. So but anyways, let's get on this thing. Here's the other thing you got to watch out for too is when you rip it in the mud, the importance of making sure you clean it before it dries, sometimes only because it makes the cleanup process easier when things are still wet, other than letting it cake on and be dry like this, like I've obviously done. So as far as damage on this thing, literally all it did, like what we can see, is the way the tree root or whatever, not tree root, but the way the tree branch hit, it obviously just whacked it like this, which snapped the arm. And like I was saying, I was very surprised that I didn't lose the dog bone, that I don't know where it is now. All right. What the heck did I do with the dog bone now? Man, I gotta tell you, that's the other thing too. My brain is just fried. I don't even know where the dog bone is now. Come on. What'd I do with it? It's got to be here somewhere. Ah, here it is. I found it. See, that's why I need another set of eyes. This year, I'm turning it up a notch. Nice, dude. That's awesome. I heard the Mojave is hard to control on speed runs. I'll tell you, on dirt, I haven't had any control issues on dirt with this thing, but you're also dealing with unsettled terrain. I did run this thing did a massive burnout with those hoons, which those things are absolutely destroyed now. I don't even know where they are. But we had those nice hoon DB boots, these things. Yeah, here we go. So here's kind of what they're supposed to look like. These ones aren't, these were the fronts, so these didn't get, ripped as bad as not sure the other one. Where's the aftermath from the burnout? When we ripped these and did a nasty burnout with these tires. I literally, that's why I bought them. But we did run it, and we did wet street rip this thing, and I didn't find any negative effects when I was just rolling, you know, down the street at full speed with this. Well, obviously with this set of wheels on it, which is definitely smaller than, you know, what's factory. I mean, basically, when you look at it, it's almost as if the tire and wheel combination is almost inside the actual tread of the original wheels. But I haven't seen any issues or have any issues, but I also broke mine. So after I fix it, because I don't know, I do want to see on 6S for myself what the speed of this thing is. All right, Chef. It's good to see you. Thanks for coming, man. Revel RC, what's going on, man? Has somebody had rear hub issues with the bearings? I think you're only going to have hub issues if you're neglecting them, potentially. Congrats on that beast. Can't wait to get my... Oh, what, on the Kaiju? Or are you talking to somebody else? Oh, you're talking to something Badger. Hey, sweetie. So we were going to talk about the coronavirus? So she's actually the one that I want to have that conversation with at some point. But anyways, let's get on this repair here. So obviously this is just going to be a... Oh, no. So here's the first issue that I actually didn't even think about or notice until right this second. So this is how unprepared I am. So here it is. I wait. And this is the other thing. So here I went online and ordered the parts, right? I just realized right now they're not the right parts. So there you go. That's as far as our ARRMA Mojave repair is going to go. You saw it live on RC Guy Garage. I order parts that I don't need. So it was funny when I got these things in my hand, right? When I first, and I didn't even check the Mojave. That's literally where I put the Mojave after it crashed. I didn't even check. I just literally just went online, ordered arms. These are the wrong arms. All right, well, we're not going to be fixing the Mojave. It is what it is. So thanks for coming to this episode of RC Guy Garage. Holy crap. Yeah, dude, it's become a clickbait. Oh, dude, seriously, I didn't even... Am I seeing things wrong? It says Mojave on there. Rear A-arms for the Mojave. Come on. Oh, no. Oh, well. Oh, man. Yeah, dude, it has become clickbait. Well, now I got to find out which parts I need. What? Okay. All the way down in Hyannis?
Is there a closer one?
I don't know. Probably not.
It's my day off.
Okay. Is anybody going with you?
I'm going to pick up Peter.
Oh, awesome. Good.
He can go with me.
Okay. Cool. Okay, well, goodbye. Have fun.
Goodbye.
I love you, sweetie. Oh, Mojave. I didn't even think about that. I just saw Mojave and I was just like, oh, nice. Yeah, good price. Hey, anybody want to buy old Mojave parts? Oh my God. Oh, well, it is what it is. See, that's the transparency with my channel. Like, mistakes and screw-ups that I make, I don't care. It is what it is. It was only 21 bucks. Anybody want to buy some parts? Actually, I should just give them away. Oh my god! At this point, I should just give these parts away. Probably nobody even needs them. So I basically paid for some stickers. Holy crap! Oh well, dude, it's such a riot. Yeah, I just literally all I did was I put in online Mojave rear A-arms, and that's what came up. But I didn't cross-reference nothing. I just it goes along with that thing of just, man, it's funny too, dude, because when I looked at these, I was like, boy, these are awful weak looking. They're really going to go on that Mojave? And I didn't check until literally right this second. And that's my fault, but that's how I roll. So I guess we'll just go online and see if I can find parts available, if any. Damn. I'm breaking everything here. I have no vehicles to use anymore. Not really. I actually got a couple of vehicles. You know, hey, maybe what I could do is turn this video into a repair video for my my other thing there, the DBXL-E. So I'd have to change the title of it to DBXL-E repair. Boy, with all the thread lock I got on here, man, it feels like I'm cross-threading this, but it's not. It's just I got a ton of thread lock on it. And it gets all nice and sticky so it doesn't come off. All right. Well, is what it is. Again, like I said, there's the link. Anybody want to jump in? RC Guy Garage, what's up? Oh, CBR, what's going on, man? Hope all's, yeah, everything's fine, man. It's just ordering the wrong parts, as usual, because I don't check nothing. Yeah, CCXRC's got some good stuff, man. He's a good guy. All right, Revel, RC, it's good seeing you, man. Have a good one. Yeah, dude, I thought I was going to repair the Mojave, but now apparently got to wait. I do have to say, though, I do have a certain amount of luck. How did I not lose that? When that thing slammed into that tree, that down tree, how did this not go flying? That would have sucked or stunk. All right, so now let's go on, see if these parts are available on Amazon. So now, actually, what I should do, I should see if I can return these. Oh, nice. Actually, I actually might be able to. Trash Ninja, what's going on, man? Nice. I was actually able to return them. That's insane. Yeah, like I said, it's definitely tough for anybody to jump in, but I figured the thing is out there if anybody wanted to jump in. But seeing we're not fixing this, and I actually was able to return these, which I bought these a while ago. That's nuts. So those are going on a return. We have to put this away again. Well, that goes to show you. Make sure you double check when you order stuff. Make sure you're actually buying the real parts you need. Actually, you know, kind of look a little bit more into it than just go, oh yeah, MOJAVE. Yeah, that's what I need. So maybe it will turn into, like Tony said, it's a clickbait video. I'll have to change the title of it. Turn it into repairing the DBXL-E. Let's see here. Oh, I'm missing one of these pots too? Oh, come on. Are you serious? What a disaster. I am. I'm actually missing. I'm missing one of the pots. Are you kidding me? No, this can't be happening. Are you? Am I that out of my mind? I know I took the part out to measure it, but now I don't know where it is. All right, so we're not going to fix the DBXL-E. What else can we do? Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. Found it. See, that's the thing that you can edit out of a video. But when you're live, everything's real. Everything's live when you're live. So we got some parts from FLM for the DBXL-E 2.0, which has been down for quite a while now. But we're not going to use like all the parts because what I had said was the biggest thing was, let's see. Let's see if these parts will fit in. Nah. So, where was I? Losing set screws. So the biggest thing about this vehicle right here, the 2.0, was we did a repair on it, right? And part of that repair... Huh?
I don't understand how this is in our mailbox when we're both home.
What
Did they
is
just not even come to the door?
Oh, I don't even know. What is it? Pick up a package?
It says that we missed them. They missed us or something. But we've both been here. There's been...
I have no idea. All right. Thank you.
I don't know if that's supposed to be something for you or something for me, because I did order a backpack, but why would I have to sign for a backpack?
I don't know. It says parcel.
Parcels is...
I have no idea. When's the last day to get it? If I don't know, it returned to the sender on the 19th, so I got like 10 days.
To go...
Yeah, but it's not even saying a name.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm confused. Would you just go to the...
Yeah. You just go to the
UPS?
Yeah, no, it's USPS.
Oh, USPS?
So it's the regular post office.
With this piece of paper?
Yeah, with this piece of paper and probably just your license because it would denote whatever.
Okay, well maybe I'll go sometime this week.
Okay.
Alrighty, well I'm gonna go.
All right. Bye, sweetie. Love you. All right, so where was I on this? This is broken down to the point of where I don't even remember where the spare parts were on this either. And that's the other thing about having whatever sickness that I had, man, and like, again, I'm not complaining about sickness, but whatever sickness that I had, it really like affected my brain. I was not remembering anything. I joke about, you know, it being that coronavirus, but obviously it wasn't, because it was just a coincidence burning all those China boxes. All the parts actually I thought were in here. So all my bearings are still in here. But where are my original axles? Because I didn't think. So like literally I got like parts everywhere. Where did I put my spare parts? Man, I'm lost. Yeah, well, it is what it is, RC guy. It is a wrenching show, but you know, how do you do a live and not talk to people when they ask you questions? You know what I mean? Just click the off button. And it's not even going to be on the Mojave. So I totally bought the wrong parts, and the way my channel goes is I will show you my idiot screw ups right on live, because I don't care. I'll do it on my videos too. I'm not perfect. Never claimed to be. Oh, here we go. So here's as my memory comes back together. So here's all of our parts. Again, so like I was saying, right? So I am leaving certain parts that we did what I call the redneck repairs. So obviously you can see on this hub right here, we had blown out this hub right here in that crash. We had also broken the actual pin that was inside this CV joint, and we actually replaced it with a galvanized nail. So that pin right there is actually a galvanized nail that has actually been serving its purpose like ever since, I guess, we did this. And this stuff right here is also that stuff called the Merrimax. This stuff that I use as a water tight sealer, which is normally, I want to say, almost like a semi-permanent flexible type of deal, where if you can see how you're pressing on that, it's still flexible but fully cured. And that's it's a gutter seal product it's called a Merrimax. And I use this stuff on so many different things. I've used this on my RV roof, just literally like everywhere you need to seal something that you want it to be permanently flexible. Use this stuff right here. I've had zero issues with this, and I've been using that stuff for years. Just regular construction type stuff. Yeah, it's the construction show. All right, thanks, man. RC guy. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Gap reviews. What's going on, guy? Hey, Gap, have you ripped your DBXL-E over that jump yet? Because I have not got any notifications or anything that you went to that jump and ripped this thing. RC sick. See, that's another thing too, is missing comments. So we'll turn this into the live show for trying to remember how to put back this back together this DBXL-E. So like I said, this is the side that broke, right? So this is obviously the side that we're going to leave my original repairs, redneck repairs, I call them, as is. And we're just going to run it because we obviously know we've got brand new FLM parts to go ahead and replace once that side breaks, if it ever does again, which I'm assuming it will. I mean, a redneck repair can't last forever, right? I mean, look at that. That is so redneck repaired. Focus. Well, whatever. I mean, Christ, look at even the bolt inside got mangled. But it's still ripping, or it was. So I'll put this back together, and it will end up being the DBXL-E show. But while I'm here, I am going to go ahead and double check things, make sure certain other things are tight, because it wouldn't be right if I just kind of assumed that things are still okay. So that's tight. Get out some paper napkins here. Oh, what, the noise in the background? Those are what are called those vector things right there. I assume you're talking about those guys right there, right? Little guy that's hiding right there. And the guy that's over there. Those are called vectors. They as you're trying to fix stuff, they mess with you. They wreak havoc. So everything still seems tight. So I'm just going to go with it. See if I can remember how to put this back together. What do you mean upgrades? Upgrades would be free? How? How's that possible? Yeah, I know. She'll end up seeing it. She'll see that I broke it. But she also knows that they'll fix it. Yeah, they're actually kind of fun to have around. So I'm going to use a little bit more of that ARRMA seal on that boot. They paid $1,000 for it. Think they should do care packages? Yeah, but do you think they actually would though, man? It almost seems like that's a lot to ask. A 3S on an ESC and a motor that has 3S max cable. It doesn't go together well. I broke my Red Cat XT Pro. Oh no, dude. Yeah, you know whenever you max something out, man. First release Gen 1, yeah. Well, I gotta tell you, obviously my son working for a Ford dealership. There's a lot of things that you get to hear that, not bad things that happen, but it's the oddity of how recalls and repairs and warranties and stuff work. That a lot of time it's a big, I guess you want to say game playing with Ford, like even the mechanics, playing on different write-ups and words to make things happen so that sometimes it's less expensive for the consumer, which my son is an honest mechanic. I mean, he does great work. I'm very proud of him. But just some of the things that, you know, I guess you want to say that you already kind of know happens in the industry for auto mechanics. It's just crazy, like, because he didn't even know some of the stuff that he's coming across now. It's pretty insane stuff that goes on and happens behind the scenes, which is, you know, part of his job. So no, it's not all a scam, but I know what you're saying. As far as, you know, saying it's a scam, there's certain things you can say and certain things you don't want to say, you know. It's just, it is funny how things are, though. It's all about the dollar, no matter where you are. Because that is what makes technically the world go round, right? The almighty dollar. Make sure you wear gloves when you work with any kind of, like, anything that gets on your skin. You're sick of the UDR breaking? Yeah, but that's the thing. So here's something that, moment of monologue because you said what you just said. So here's something that I just had a brief conversation with somebody that commented on one of my videos. I can't remember if I talked to him on Facebook, on the RCGG site, or if I talked to him on YouTube. But the part was that what people seem to forget is, like, people complain a lot about accidents or crashes with their RCs. As a matter of fact, it was with a Camo X4. And I actually like my Camo X4, even though I've had to upgrade a couple of things, but I was very careful with what I upgraded. Obviously, I upgraded a broken part. I changed it to aluminum, but you also have to remember is once you change to a hard, rigid part, you're transferring all that energy either behind it or in front of it. And once you make something strong, you're, again, like I said, you're transferring the energy to something else that's going to be the next weakest point. They kind of inherently, just like vehicles, they put in a weak point so that potentially other things won't break that may be more money. There always has to be that kind of like weak zone, a weak area that will give way before maybe potentially a more expensive piece will break. Now, all the parts on the Red Cat Camo X4 are very inexpensive. So when you break something, figure out what you're upgrading. Like, where's the energy going to be transferred, and can potentially those areas handle it? And yes, so I upgraded my link arms to aluminum because, well, one broke. But what was insane, as I was pummeling that thing, I was taking it, like the point of the conversation is I was taking it beyond its scale. So everybody you know, gets an RC, and the RC is like based upon scale. Well, if you were to base your crashes upon scale, I mean, my truck, Big Black, which is a Ford F-350 long bed crew cab 4x4 truck with the 6.0 diesel, if I was to crash that thing, I would expect there to be damage. So when people crash their RCs and they freak out because something broke, it's just like, yeah, but dude, you got to remember scale size, scale speed, not scale crashes. That's like, I think that's that takeaway that people forget, because they just assume that, you know, a vehicle should be indestructible, like, and that's just not, it's not possible. And even if it is, you're gonna break something else, or you're gonna pay through the nose to, it's a phrase or whatever, a term or whatever, paying through the nose. You just, I don't know, I don't even know where I'm going with it. It's just the scale crashing. Like if you were to take that impact and scale it up, like how do some of these RCs take that impact if it's scale? You know what I mean? We don't need to hear me talking. Let's get back to repairing. Yes, it is. Right. Mad that you crashed, but not. Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. Gap review is more likely the way it's driven. Absolutely. The way you drive it. Like, again, scale vehicle. You're scale crashing it. Yeah, exactly. The SMT-10. Or even the ground pounder, man. Right. Fixing them is fun. The Mojave actually is very durable. Granted, this isn't the Mojave. The Mojave is actually wicked durable. For myself, I've been very surprised at how strong that thing actually is. Oh, so here was the aftermath of what we broke with the with this DBXL-E. This is actually the non-broken side that I had eventually broke, and just shattered the end with a ball CV joint is. Absolutely shattered it. So yeah, here's the other piece. You can see it just tore out. So again, it is what it is. I was driving this thing, doing stuff to it that scale, even though this is a bigger scale, it just wasn't designed to be driven on pavement. And I was ripping it on pavement. So that was probably what assisted in its issues. So I actually use, this is just a tool oil. I just kind of use this like an assembly lube whenever I'm putting, stuff together. It's just what I do. I'm not saying that that's something you have to do. This is just what I do. And did I actually lose the shim? No, I guess I got my shims right in there. I was trying to keep things separate and keep things together kind of deal. Again, make sure you use gloves whenever you're dealing with any kind of solvents, oils, anything, because you don't want to get the stuff on your skin. Actually, the way that sway bar is in there, I think it'd be easier if I just undid this and blew that pin out. On RC Guy Garage, we're going to show you how not to do something. I'm going to show you how not to repair your vehicle. Oh, Gap, I don't know if you ever answered. Sorry, I asked you a question and I don't even know if you answered. Gap. I raced the DBXL-E this weekend. It did well. Okay. But did you do that jump? That's what I was trying to figure out. Oh, you did the Creighton 6X. Yeah, I want to see your DBXL-E hit that thing, man. Come on, get in there. Respect to a man who keeps his art. Yeah, I don't. So I earn no respect. I just can't do it. I can't keep my stuff clean. I just never have, never will. This thing only looks maybe clean because I think I did spray it off before I brought it in or something. I don't know. That's the other thing too that people forget is that Nylox only have a certain service life to where eventually they become useless. So don't forget that. Nylocks are not a permanent deal. Eventually, you point blank just have to replace the nylock. Wrenching is the biggest part of the hobby. Yes, sir. Definitely is. So we may actually be running this thing, provided I remember to tighten everything up. Provided I use the right tool to tighten everything up. See you later, Gap. So it looks like we will be kind of messing around with this boot a little bit more at some point, because it's not going on as well as I had hoped. So eventually we will be getting new boots for this thing, but for now, maybe it'll be all right. Get my pick set. Come on, get in there. So now this is the side that we'll be using. This is the side that we actually wiped out. So this is the side we'll actually be using the FLM stuff on right here. So let's see. What are we looking at for parts? Now there is a very slight size discrepancy between these parts. This piece actually sticks out slightly further than, which I don't know if that's going to be an issue. No, it looks fine. So this is the part actually from the FLM kit. Here's the DBXL-E part. You can definitely see there's a difference. So I am still going to potentially use that piece as long as I can. I don't know if I can or not, but I guess we're going to find out. So obviously the pin from the FLM kit is a 5, which stock, it's a 5 anyway. So I'm assuming. So there's the brand new pin from the FLM kit actually inside the original hub axle piece, whatever you want to call it. And here's the pin being installed. No. So that is still, is that still 4? I wonder if this is going to be, so here's the 5 pin for this end. So is it 5 and then 4 for the new one? Oh, I wonder. I still have the actual original 5 pin. So I may end up actually using the original if that's going to work. So it is a little bit different. So the DBXL-E 2.0 has 5mm pins actually on the hub end. And then, did I say that right? 4mm pins on the hub end. And the stock is 5. So is that going to be an issue? Axle-wise, it's the same. Well, these are forevers, so hopefully that won't be an issue. I guess we'll find out as we run it. The set screws are a 2mm. Got to get some Loctite out here. Yeah, it kicks ours. But isn't that funny, though? So I was thinking I was actually going to be able to use the stalkers, but I guess I won't be able to, and it shouldn't make a difference. We'll see. Funny thing, too, though, is shim and bearing-wise, will these shims actually fit? Come on, get off. They don't fit that well. Let's see what it looks like bearing-wise. Bearing-wise, it's mint. So here's the other thing, too, is this bearing, I feel, is actually junk. How's this one? This bearing feels all right. What I'm doing is I'm obviously rotating. This one feels like it has issues. And that one feels all right. I think those were for, yeah, none of them, those are for the rear. That one feels all right. That one feels all right. So my front bearings actually have no issue, but my rears are actually already starting to exhibit some issue. And what I mean by that is, I don't know if you can hear that. That one feels okay-ish. Listen to this one. There's a certain amount of etching. Yeah, this one's bad. There's a certain amount of etching that's actually happening inside these bearings because these aren't, these are more of a shielded bearing than a sealed. And maybe it's because it's either them cheaping out or it's maybe they were worried about the shielding if they used a sealed shielding instead of a shielded bearing, a rubber sealed. Maybe they were worrying about somehow it heating up and melting or something. I don't know. Who knows? So we will use the new stuff from FLM. So obviously the pin has a detent, and the detent, you always want to make sure that the set screw, focus, the set screw actually lines up onto that area, and make sure you also use thread locker on pieces like this. And what I like to do is I actually like to put thread lock right in the hole, because for me, I've always had good luck with doing that. Now this is where you want to crank this down too. So take our awl, put it through the hole here, and we get a little bit of leverage, and we can give that set screw a crank right in there. Not Arnold Schwarzenegger cranking like to break, but making sure that that kind of stays in place. Oh, what was that? Somebody just said something about metal shielded bearings. Fast Eddie does a nice set for the LOSI. Yeah. It's actually another guy that does Avid bearing set. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know why metal shielded are there. Maybe they're assuming that this vehicle's not going to go in water. Because it's really not. That's the other thing, too, that people forget. When you drive in a car like this, this is designed specifically for one thing. This is designed to rip it on a groomed track. And obviously everybody goes above and beyond, no matter what it is nowadays. So I thought I was gonna rip the originals. So I guess this will just be spare parts for something. Spare parts. So we are going to end up using the FLM stuff. This is where that vise will come in handy. I've got nothing but positive things to say about this vise that I got from Harbor Freight. $20. You can't go wrong for what this thing does. Yeah, so that'll work out nice. It's not that tight, but it's tight enough so that once we get it into that piece, we'll actually tap it down and in, or use the vise maybe to actually put it into place. All right, so that hole's a little tight. That'll need to be tapped a good amount. Let's see if I can line that up. And obviously when you put that pin into place, it's just making sure that it's basically set in even all the way around. So we can feel it's actually below here and it's just sticking out a touch there. So I'm just going to give it just a little bit of a tap just to kind of send it the other way. There we go. Pretty close, pretty close. Just a little bit more. There we go. So now we're even both on the left and right side. Now, what's kind of cool about this, and that's why, now I'm understanding why that's here. So with the way these ones work is you're able to shoot the set screw actually through, pretty sure, that hole. Instead of trying to like articulate it this way and get the set screw in this way, which you can, they're intending for you to actually shoot that set screw actually through that hole right there. So I'm going to do like I usually do. Like I said, I'm going to throw some thread lock inside the hole, just like that. And I'll just put a touch on this just because. And then we can shoot it right into that hole that's right there. Give it a crank. Nice. Not too bad. They have orange Apache cases. What are you trying to say, guy? You trying to say I like orange? Yeah, they kind of call them like safety cases, right? Couple of screws loose. What's going on, man? Yeah, so you need rubber shielded bearings. Well, you either need that or every time you go out, you need a bottle of oil. And don't use WD-40. A lot of people use WD-40 on their bearings. It is not a good idea. WD-40 washes grease away. So don't use WD-40. I mean, you want to use it? Go ahead. I don't recommend it myself. All right, 5T Badger, what's going on, man? See you later. Thanks for coming by. Anybody want to jump in? There's the stream thing. So this was the side that's actually fine. Again, like I said, I'll do that thing where I use assembly lube actually on this part when installing it. It's just the way I do it. So I'll just take that. Again, make sure you wear gloves. It's important. Don't do this stuff. Don't put this stuff on your hands. Just make sure you wear gloves. Wipe off excess. And I'll just stab it through real quick. That way both sides have a little bit of oil. And I'm going to take a drop it inside, in between the inside of the bearings, inside there. Wipe off your excess. Should be good to go. Tight quarters here, working with the camera. So obviously this was the side that we blew out. We do want to go ahead and install our, make sure you install your boots. Probably should have done it before I put the pin on. But it should still work. So boot kind of fits funky on that side. And make sure you put the boot on the reverse side or the reverse way on this side. Probably should have put that on first. There we go. Doing schoolwork for IT while listening. Gotta make sure we have. I would love to play some music. I'd like to play some Static X. But I don't want to get another copyright for having Static X on my channel. That stunk. That was dumb. Copyright just because I had Static X. It's my group. If anything, I was supporting them by playing Static X on my channel. Instead, they go, nope, you're not allowed. Don't forget, eventually, not in this case, but obviously, I don't know if you guys saw the video that I just done, ripping the Traxxas Max on the Habao Sport Plus wheels, MT wheels. But we had a wheel fly off because of the obviousness that people forget that nylock in certain like areas, like maybe not in these areas, but on spinning areas, nylock eventually lose their ability to lock on because it's just nylon. Normally, in most cases, I've been able to use a nylock safely twice. Once you on, off, you're destroying that nylock's ability to grab onto the threads. And you feel it, like as you're undoing it and redoing it, you feel how that nylock just isn't the same as the first time you either took it off or the first time you put it on. So that's something kind of like people forget, that nylocks are not a permanent, it's not a permanent thing. Wrong one. So like in this situation, it's different. It's not an issue here, but it is an issue when it comes to wheels, obviously. By that video. What do they call that? Case in point or something like that? Nylocks eventually, especially in a spinning situation, it's always a good idea to kind of replace those ones, I guess. Issues. Space issues here. Yeah, see, we got the RC that's down there. Still haven't opened. Just, I ain't got time for that. So we'll take that shim. We'll put that shim on this side. So that should be fine. Again, a little bit of assembly lube on the pins and stuff like that. Not a bad idea. That way it slides right out. What do I do with my wrench? Where did my wrench go? There we go. Do I not have a set screw on this side? Are you kidding me? That didn't feel right. Either that, I got the wrong size. What? What's going on here? Oh, how about the fact that it doesn't have it? What am I doing? Today on RC Guy Garage, I'm going to show you how not to do stuff. I was wondering why it went in weird. So hopefully it uses the same set screw, because it didn't come with any. And does it? Well, maybe it did come with a set screw and I just didn't realize it. So it takes smaller set screws too. Are you serious? Wow, that's messed up. So apparently it takes a tiny set screw too. Which does that mean? Wow. Yeah, that's messed up, I think. Yeah, it does. It takes a tiny set screw compared to the massive one that was in there before on that FLM kit. Hopefully that doesn't matter. All right, well. Wipe off any of your extra oil that you don't need. Nice, George. Dude, I can't wait to see it. So I think we're good here. Slowly getting back together. We just repaired. So this is the side. This is that right side that we just repaired from the FLM kit. We did use we didn't actually use a combination. What we didn't do is obviously we didn't replace the inner cups because, well, I mean, you have to take apart the differential to do that. And I don't really feel it's necessary because these are still running, the inner cups are still running the 5mm pin, where the original DBXL-E was also running a 5mm pin. But on that side, the other side you saw we fixed it with a galvanized nail. So this is the original 5mm pin that actually goes inside of here like that. But on the FLM kit, they are doing this with a 4mm pin, which hopefully that's not going to be an issue. These are forever, what they call their forever CVD. See if I can show you. Where's that package? Yeah, right here. So hopefully being their forever kit, hopefully they actually mean it. I guess we'll find out. So we didn't replace, obviously, like I said on this, we didn't replace the inner cup. No need to, because it's 5mm. Just make sure you put your boots back on all the way around. Can be forgotten. These boots are a pain in the neck to get on the inside here. That's why I like these little picks. You get these picks, you just got to make sure you don't stab the rubber. That's the only issue with these. Just get your pick in there and just kind of put the boot in place, slide it up, and it should be good to go. So I got that one on the other side to do too. Well, let's see if I can get you in there. See what I'm talking about. One of the guys, Chef Beardsley, he actually he got this. I think he said it was a gun pick set. I think he said he got it on Amazon, and what he felt the nice thing about that was the fact that it's not metal, so you're not going to potentially be poking through certain pieces or having issues, like potentially what I was trying to avoid with this, which, you know, we don't have an issue, but he was saying, I think he said it was like a composite or something, a composite pick set for guns. And yeah, so I don't know, maybe something we'll look into as well. I'll probably, once I'm done with this off camera, I'll probably actually take this piece off again, because I was a little overly zealous with the putting this back together, not using the ARRMA the right way. So it looks like it's actually kind of coming apart, which we'll have to fix that, because I want that, obviously I want that CVD to be completely covered and not have an issue. We probably will end up ordering another boot, but the CVD or this that boot, that ARRMA actually did work. If I didn't take this apart, it probably would have been totally fine, but pulling it apart obviously re-separated the two pieces, which it is what it is. But like I said, this was just kind of like putting this thing back together on a live, showing you that, you know, I'm not perfect. Dude, I screw up stuff all the time. Everybody, like, when you see the videos, everybody acts as if they're perfect, and no one is. There's so much that goes into editing that you take stuff out of all the time. And I'll point blank say that's what happens to me sometimes. A lot of times I get it right, but I also get it wrong too. I ain't perfect. No way. Never claim to be. I am not the guru. All right. So what do we got here? Russell, what's going on, guy? Finally got 3 running to bash. The Iron Track Bowtie Stampede and the Red Cat Terremoto. Oh, dude, nice. That'll be awesome. yeah, we got to put together this rear end, and we'll be able to rip this thing again. We just replaced the right side with FLM using a combo, their Forever kit. So I like it. It's a little bit different. Differences between it. Here's FLM, slightly longer, which isn't an issue, as you can see actually inside, actually on the hub. If anything, it almost as if it gives it a little bit more outward strength on that hex, on that end. The shim doesn't really fit as well on the inside as it does on this one, because obviously this has a shoulder for it. But we still use the shim on the outside. Should be fine. I don't think we're gonna have any issues. Again, if we do, whatever. I actually don't care. I actually enjoy ripping these things. I enjoy working on them. Nothing is, well, nothing is forever, but we're kind of hoping this is forever. But size-wise, I just, again, wasn't positive whether if it would work, but it did. Everything lines up as it should. What's kind of unique about this is that because it has its 4 holes, instead of trying to jack the, well, I can't show you on this because this is a dog bone. Instead of trying to jack over when the CVD is in here, instead of trying to like jack it over and then squeeze a set screw in there, this gives you the hole so you can actually dive the set screw right down and in. It just makes it easier. But it is also a 4mm pin. So, and then we already know that I had broken or lost the pin on the other one. So I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work. We'll just have to see if it works and pray that it does. We're going to get the backside squared away now. Might as well. We're still on here. You're not ripping it if you're not. Yeah. Oh, what is this truck? This is the DBXL-E 2.0. It's a beast scale. Here's the shock. The shock is like it's massive, you know? This thing's awesome. I love this thing. Yeah, it's nice, but it also comes with nice prices for things too. That's the other thing too, is when somebody buys something, there's that kind of semi-forgotten thing that as you go up in price on things, everything else on it is also going to go up in price, you know? But yeah, I'll show you what we broke. I actually have all the pieces. So this ended up shattering. This is the CV end of that CVD that they call it. But that's the end piece that actually goes inside of here. I'm sure you know that. And we had shattered it pretty bad. So, but what's nuts is that the other one, so like this piece right here, that one's what I call my redneck repair. That actually has a bolt. So I drilled through it because this whole thing all snapped and broke. So I drilled through it. I used super glue, put it inside the cracks, cleaned it up, drilled through, put a nut and a bolt actually right through it to clamp it back down again. And this has been holding up, which is insane. So I don't expect it to hold up forever. And we also used a galvanized nail inside to fix that. So we lost that pin piece. It's actually right here. We actually lost the pin, which basically like blew apart some of the ends of the nylocks. Like, so for the top bolt and the bottom bolt, it actually blew out or took chunks out of it. I didn't even realize it, but when I slow it down on camera footage, I can actually hear it disintegrating and falling out. But it's just, you know, it is what it is. When you're in the moment, there's certain things that you don't hear that a camera can pick up. But so that pin blew out, and we basically just took a galvanized nail, rammed it through, cut it off, and then filed the ends, and it's been mint. So, and this is the other side that broke from my redneck repair. Oh, that's what broke on your crawler with a front axle? Yeah. So one thing I had noticed, because these are shielded bearings, which I actually should be, I should have put these in an oil bath. But because these are shielded bearings, actually, did I oil bath these? I might have actually oil bath these, now that I think about it. But once we, there's a certain amount of etching that's actually happening inside, because obviously I did run it in wet conditions. So this bearing right here, there's a certain amount of etching that's happening inside on the surfaces. So I'm pretty sure I probably did oil bath these already. But what I'll do is once I install them, I'll do it right now. So I want to make sure this is actually an inner bearing. And I'll make sure that like this bearing is an outer bearing. And left and right on these hubs, these rear hubs, they don't make a difference. So obviously we'll install this bearing on the outside. We'll install this bearing on the inside, which I should be using this piece to actually install it. So it installs straight. I'll use my nice bench vise here. This thing I got from Harbor Freight, this thing's awesome. So where's my hammer? What I'll do is I'll take oil and I'll put it inside the pocket. You can use like a 3-in-1 oil or whatever. This is just what I do. And it will go inside that channel and hopefully protect somewhat that surface. That's the way my eyes see it. So we'll leave that like that. Make sure you always wear gloves. Don't get oils and solvents and all that garbage on your hands. But this bench vise right here, this was from Harbor Freight. It was 20 bucks. It has been the best thing. I use this when I do my connectors, when I do my shocks. This thing is awesome. 20 bucks. I have no idea how I could buy this for 20 bucks, but I did. Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight every once in a while will actually have something that's good. Like, are you kidding me? Good. Now you can see we've got some surface rust on there, obviously, because I run it in the conditions that I run it in. But that's fine. And then the other thing too is when I do like an assembly like this, I will use what I call it like an assembly lube. Again, don't make sure you wear gloves when you're doing stuff like this. Don't do like how I'm doing. Not recommended. And then we'll stab it through. And I don't know if you can hear it, but I know I can hear it. Hear that noise? That's a bad bearing. So we know we do know that we do need to order bearings. I'm just really not too worried about it. I have parts sitting in a cart, kind of waiting for this thing. But But I'm going to install the dog bones now, because obviously the rear is a dog bone. Come on, get on there. I usually use hairspray on this. I don't know why I'm not. Hairspray, what it does is it allows it to slide on, and then it seals after the fact. And I've always used hairspray on stuff like this. I don't know why I'm not doing it right now. Probably because I want to make my life difficult. Come on, get on there. Yeah, here we go. I know if people came on this channel initially or this live because it said ARRMA Mojave, but it was until I realized I ordered the wrong parts. I didn't even look, didn't even care to look, and I'm kind of doing that, paying the price for the fact that I didn't research a little bit better. I just did the click it. I just did the click it thing, and I was actually able to return it, which I'm very surprised. I have no idea how I'm within that window of return, but I was. So we actually were able to return it. You know what? I should do the hairspray on this one. So I use this stuff right here. It's just called Lock It. And what it does, you spray it on an area like this. And what it does, it allows you to slide on, let's say, a rubber boot like this very easily. Watch it not, because I'm saying this right now on live. But it allows you to normally slide the boot on very easily, and then it will actually lock it down. Like, yeah, it's giving me a hard time. It's only because I'm live too. Do as I say, not as I do. But anyways, what it's supposed to do is allows the boot to actually slide on with ease if stuff wasn't in my way. Come on, get in there. So the boot actually will slide on with ease, and then as it dries, it basically locks the boot into position so it doesn't slide, and it kind of like seals the area like that. So that's just how I do that. So we're good. They should use sealed bearings. Yeah, they just use shielded. I'm not sure cost-wise what the difference is, but I hate to say it this way, but this vehicle, and that's what people keep forgetting, this vehicle is not designed to run in water. Granted, it is waterproof-ish and whatever, but none of these vehicles should be like this one. This should not be run in water and wet conditions. This should be or is designed to run in conditions that are more conducive to a dirt racer, which is what this thing is, a groomed dirt track, but everybody takes it outside of what it should be. What am I doing? Wrong size. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like we were getting on the subject of crashing. Everybody forgets that when you buy a vehicle, you're buying, you know, whatever. They call it scale, 1/10 scale, 1/5 scale, whatever. Well, think about the crashes. If you took your car and you scaled the crash, like what things go through, these things are actually pretty damn resilient. for what they go through. Don't forget your shim. Put our piece on, but again, assembly lube. Spin that on. Nice. Assembly lube. Remember, don't get it on your fingers. And this time, is that the right size? No, because that's the massive one. That is, I think, this size, right? Yeah. So this has the massive set of screws. Put a little bit of thread locker on there. Just because. Wipe off your excess. DBXL-E 2.0 on Dr. Norman. Right, causes problems. Right, exactly. Exactly. Shadow ops. Absolutely perfect what you're saying right there. Oh, same price for the bearings? Yeah, that's kind of weird then. Because I haven't been working on this thing for so long, I almost looked inside the box and I was like, oh, why do I have extra parts in this box? I'll flip this bad boy the other way. Now I'll work on this side. I do have a stand, but I don't always like using a stand. Kind of like using when I do my, I do my mechanics. I don't have a lift. Just used to it. I'd probably be all screwed up if I had a lift. These bearings feel okay. So it's only that side, it's the inner bearing. As we did it, it's the inner bearing that was messed up on that one. Why do I put the oil in there? Just because in my mind it rides inside and stays kind of inside. Don't forget to put your Shims on. A little bit of assembly lube here. Make sure you wear gloves. Put your shim on. Nice. We'll use that hairspray this time, like I was showing you. And it just allows the boot to just like slip into place. Look at that. See how easy that went on? Mint. Sway bar gets right in the way. Man, that thing is a pain in the neck. So anybody that came to this live for the Mojave wasn't clickbait. It was literally ordered the wrong parts. But that's all right. Don't forget your other shim. All right, Gus. See you later, man. Thank you for coming to the stream, guy. Mechanic professionally for 15 years. Good mechanic always has extra parts. Yeah. We know what they don't need. You're right, man. That's a riot. Oh, RC guy, I'm working on the DBXL-E 2.0 still. I don't know if you were here when I started working on that, but I know you took off. And we are almost there. A little bit of assembly lube. A little bit more. Remember, wear gloves. Now that is not going in, so most likely the set screw is the issue. Yes, it is. Or it's not, and it's just rust. Try going in the other way. That's rust. Awesome. Normally something like that, you can just clean it up real quick with some steel wool, but I'm not going to waste my time. The oil should kind of help anyway. My assembly lube. Go ahead and thread lock this bad boy back in there. There we go. DBXL-E, pretty much back together. Now we can throw on, I think we'll throw on, obviously, so I had gotten, here's the kicker, right? So I live in New England, all right? We have literally had nothing for snow. I have pretty much thrown my plow on my truck. I mean, granted, yes, I've thrown it on probably 3 or 4 other times, but I literally plowed one real storm. So I had these with the intent of ripping this thing in the snow. I got 4 of these damn things, and I didn't even get to use them. Look at this, there's sand on it. I've only been able to rip this thing in sand, which these will be great in sand anyway, but that's not why I bought these. I bought these for ripping it in snow, and it was like, New England, guy, what are you doing to me here? So we're going to throw on the regular wheels for now, if I can find them. I don't even know where they are. I don't even know where my regular wheels are. Isn't that great? Where are they? I don't even know where my stock wheels are. That's awesome. It's been that long. Where are my stock wheels? Well, anyways, I don't know where my stock wheels are. What the heck? That's not cool. So this is what I'm dealing with. Give you a quick little preview here. So here's my setup right here. Got all my cars like sitting right there. Got just stuff like literally just everywhere. That thing, I still got to take that out of the box. Haven't even broken the seals yet. The seals are still intact on that thing. It's just like, I don't know, man. See? Haven't even taken this thing out of its box. Oh, hey, there's my tires. Right there. You see them? They're in this box. Look at that. Nice. So I guess we will be ripping it. I'll just use that as a stand for now. Yeah, looks like your shop. Another, I know, huh? Another RC guy in the chat. Mets, I literally couldn't find my LOSI wheels. It's been that long. But they were hiding behind, you know, that other RC that I've got that I haven't even broken out of the box. Oh no, there goes the top. So I guess maybe today we'll rip the LOSI, seeing I'm breaking every RC that I own is being broken. Everything's breaking, everything's smashing. Parts, obviously, and that's a conversation we're going to have a little bit later about parts and availability, because of an obviousness of what everybody knows that's going on right now is where are we getting most of our parts from? That's right. And eventually you knew there was going to be a trickle-down effect with, you know, it's not just, you know, people thinking about, oh, you know, I'm not going to be able to get my stuff out of, you know, from China because, you know, Corona or whatever you want to call it, COVID. It's literally a trickle-down with everything. And I think people were like, almost like forgetting or something. It's going to affect a lot of stuff. But keep on keeping on. Don't let it scare you, because that's when That's when you end up with more issues. When you let it scare you, and we actually end up screwing up our own economy because people get scared. Don't get scared. It's just it's a flu on steroids. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I actually will thread lock these. I usually do anyway. I crank them on, and we are gonna rip it. So my thread lock, I figure my thread lock literally just dries as I run it. I think everything's pretty tight. Although, this servo saver key seems a little, no, maybe it's all right. I don't know. Maybe I'll check it. Yeah, everybody's missed me. Hey, you're funny. Guy, are you gonna be on later tonight if we have a live? Mets? I don't know if you want to come on, but I figured you should. You haven't been on yourself in a while. Even you, think about it, dude. You've been under the radar. People want to see you too, man. Nice. Well, we'll get it going tonight. We will have a live. I know I said we'd have a live last night, but obviously stuff came up. Like it does. Ah. I gotta make sure I get some batteries. Yeah, preoccupied. Haven't we all been? Preoccupation. Now where'd I put my wrench? So it looks like this LOSI's back in business. Check that out. The DBXL-E beast, the monster, is just about ready to come back on the channel. Thanks to this company right here, hopefully. Nothing's forever, but hopefully this is. So this is the Forever Cdd kit. We only installed one side because that's all I needed. We're still testing out that other side with my redneck repair. And that's just the way I do it. Little thread lock on there. Check it out. It is back on its own wheels again. Never thought I'd see the day. It does look nasty with these wheels, though, man. These wheels have such a much bigger surface area than the factory stockers. They're effectively the same height, too, counting the ribs. These things are awesome. But I didn't even get to really use them, so... And pretty much the Max was almost running tires as big as the DBXL-E. Isn't that insane? This is what the Max was ripping. 17 millimeter hex. The Max was ripping Habao Hyper Sport MT wheels. Sport Plus or something. MT Sport. I don't know. Whatever. It turned the Max into a definitely different vehicle, man. Yeah, RC quad stuff, yep. And look at that. No extra parts, technically. That can actually go in here. This thing, I guess, can go on the wall of shame, which I think that's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to do a wall of breakage. Just add whatever breaks, which I've already thrown away a ton of stuff, but that's what I should do. The wall of smash. Now I just got to screw the body on. Make sure you always close up your thread lock. Clean it off. Close it up so it doesn't dry out. Make sure you always put your stuff away. Put your tools away. Yeah, right. Do as I say, not as I do. I can't even remember what size that was. I don't even know where the Allen wrench is for that. I think I used a socket, didn't I? 1/4-inch socket or something like that. So somewhere on this bench, this is it, I think. Here we go. Get carpal tunnel by the time I'm done here. Damn. Ah, it's funny to hear this thing rolling again. It almost sounds foreign. And it's not. Well, technically it is, isn't it? It is foreign. Get in there. Come on. Oh, it's 5th scale. Beast scale. This thing is awesome. Comes the carpal tunnel. Wow, it's back together. Holy smokes. Now I just got to hook up a light bar. A light bar. Charge up a couple batteries and take this thing for a rip. Boom. Headphone users. Sorry about that. If there's anybody on headphones. All right, so now we can charge up some batteries. Actually, I probably already have batteries to charge up, honestly, because I always forget. Thought I had some graphines ready to go. Maybe not. That's 6. We're not going to run 12S through this thing, although that would be cool. So one of these packs, I'm thinking, is probably pretty close to being done. So this pack, 4.111. So this one is mint. This one, yeah, grabbed the wrong thing. This one is probably the one we ran. 411. Oh no, so this one's fine. Just need a top-off charge. So I'll just throw these things on the charger as a top-off charge. So that's where I'm going to end this live. Originally, we did... Let's just back out of here. So originally, we had... So the title of this, obviously, was Working on the Mojave. But being the non-checking person that I am, I just literally just click apart and hope for the best. And yeah, so I ended up ordering the wrong parts for the Mojave, which is fine. It does say Mojave on it, but like Tony from CCXRC is like, it's obviously it's the old Mojave, and I should have known that by looking at the reference of what all the other names were on this part. Like, that's a dead giveaway. And then when I got these parts in my hand, just my brain was not computing. I was just like looking at the parts going, these things look awful small, but they're for the Mojave, so I'm good to go. But yeah, whatever. Still got them at a good price. That doesn't matter now. We still got to return them. We actually did go through the return process, and surprisingly, everything. Oh, here's my other 4S battery. Maybe I'll rip these. These are my USA graphines. These are 6,500 milliamp 4S packs. I just got to find the other one. The other one's probably in the Max. Or not. Yeah, it is. It's still sitting in the Max. Plugged in, too. Yep. Well, that's the way I roll. I leave everything, like, still attached. And yeah, it's just how I do it. Let's see if these packs are fully charged. Probably are. Knowing me. 16 point. So 4 point. You see this, right? This is how I roll. This is how I do things. I do everything the opposite way that you're supposed to. That's why my channel's the best guy, because I go against everything that everybody says you're supposed to do, and everything still works out mint. So you can see this pack is pretty much like 99% full. It is because I topped this off yesterday. That's no big deal. But these reaction packs have been sitting around fully charged. So we'll expend those. This one is the one I just took out of the Max. This should be kind of dead-ish. So 14. So yeah, this is basically in its storage safe kind of zone. So we'll throw these on the charger. Obviously, we'll throw this on just to kind of like top it off. But we'll just rip these for now. These are those Reaction 5050 C packs, which are fine. But these are definitely, this is the better pack right here. 6500 HRB 65 C pack. So these actually rip a lot better. I do want to get larger packs so I can get rid of the foam, because obviously you can see there's foam pieces that are right there that we can pop out and put a longer pack in there. Probably designed for something like max amps or something, but DBXL-E, it ended up being repairing the DBXL-E. We actually, I want to show you, but this vehicle right here, this vehicle is now broken. You can see I've got my custom strap thing in there. So this was just that's actually from the Red Cat Kaiju. We smashed the Kaiju into a mailbox post, and we broke some suspension parts, which are right here. Broke a bunch of stuff on the Kaiju, which I had to have been, I'm guessing, around 35 miles an hour ish into that mailbox post. So I'm not surprised that stuff like this broke. So I'm not sad about that. I'm just sad about the fact that I can't drive it right now. But we ended up actually stealing one of the arms off there, used some servo bolts, and basically just put it into the frame. And it was allowing me to be able to keep this in place. So when I put those smaller packs in there, won't need the Velcro strap. Everything is just, this is the way that I like it. You know what I mean? Kind of keep something that's factory in there, but then still using the bigger 4S packs that I've got. This strap situation, single strap, with this still locking down the pack, it's meant. So, yeah. So anyways, how long was this live? This live was a 2.5 hour live. That's actually not too bad. So we did finally, what's broke? You'll see the video. I've actually I'm going to make the video tonight. Obviously, but probably like before dinner time type of deal. And then after dinner, we'll do another live, but you'll see the video of what broke. Now I see why so big. Make room for the long screws. Nice, that thing must be. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. RC Master. Yeah, what broke? You'll see. You'll see the video, man. It's typical. For what I was asking that Max to do, I kind of like, so when you're in the moment, right? So here I'm do my monologue stuff. So when you're in the moment and you're ripping it, you don't always see what the camera catches. So several times that Max became a massive tree hugger. And I am very surprised, after slowing down the footage and doing a couple freeze frames, I am surprised that what is broken, like, is the only thing broken. Like, dude, guy, this Traxxas Max, per the camera footage, and like a couple of times I heard stuff happening. I actually did hear something snap. That was in that previous video. Or crack or something. It made a sound. We'll say that. It made a sound that kind of sounded like something may be cracked, fractured, whatever. And then finally something let go. You'll just have to watch the video. So anyways, thanks for coming to this live from RC Guy Garage. We had a ton of people in here. I think it got up to like 37 at one point or something like that. 32 maybe. 23 people right now. This is nuts. We will be doing a live. I keep saying it. We will be doing a live later tonight, provided like there isn't some major issue. But I don't know, like maybe around that 8:30 time, somewhere around there, 8, whatever. 7:30. I really don't know, but pretty much like after dinner. I'm just going to get out there and I'm going to rip the DBXL-E. I'm going to charge up the batteries or top them off a little bit and get some runs out of that thing, because it's been a while since that thing has actually seen anything. So you broke the Max, did you? Yeah. What else broke on the Max? I got to tell you, guy. What I got to tell you? Kaiju's broken. The Max is broken. I still haven't bought parts anywhere. I don't know. I've got other vehicles I got to run. Kind of gives me a break or a reason or an excuse to say, yeah, I can't run another vehicle. It's just, I don't know. I've got an RC that I haven't even, I did a video of it and I never ran it. Like, it's sitting there. Hasn't even touched anything. As a matter of fact, its tires have, but the truck itself hasn't. So I've got to run that thing too. And that also is a 4.6S capable vehicle, and that's from Hebao. So we'll be jumping on that thing too. So anyways, like I was saying, everybody that came to the live, thank you very much. If you're here or on the way out or however this works, if you like the stream, throw me a thumbs up. It obviously helps, helps the channel. If you're not subscribed, just subscribe, man. It doesn't cost you a dime. Probably most of the people that are here, I'm assuming, are subscribers, because you probably would have got the notification that there was a live or something. But yeah, so channel's been accelerating. It's kind of, right now it's at a little bit of a stale, well, not stale, but it hasn't been moving like it was. And it might be the videos, it might be the fact that people don't like, my channel. I have no idea. I know I'm having fun, and a bunch of people that always come on this channel have fun, and it's the hobby, man. You can't please anybody, or you can't please everyone. You can't please anybody. Yeah, sometimes you can't please anybody, but you can't please everyone, and it is what it is. This is my channel, so thanks for coming to this live episode, trying to fix stuff from RC Guy Garage. And I'm just going to end it on that note. Just, yeah, just get out there and